D and F block elements, NCERT in text solution questions. First question, silver atom has completely filled d orbital 4d10 in the ground state. How can you say that it is a transition element? It is a transition element. So this answer, silver has completely filled 4d orbital and has the electronic configuration 4d10 phi s1 in its ground state. Now silver displayed two oxidation state plus 1 and plus 2. Plus 1 oxidation state, in the plus 1 oxidation state an electron is removed from s orbital. However, in the plus 2 oxidation state an electron is removed from the d orbital. Thus d orbital now becomes incomplete, that is 4d9. Hence, it is a transition element. Question number 2. In the series scandium atomic number 21 to zinc atomic number 30, the enthalpy of atomization of zinc is lowest, that is 126 kJ per mole. Why? Answer. The extent of metallic bonding an element undergoes decides the enthalpy of atomization. The more extensive the metallic bonding of an element, the more will be enthalpy of atomization. In all transition metals except zinc, electronic configuration 3d10 4s2, there are some unpaired electrons that account for their stronger metallic bonding. Due to the absence of these unpaired electrons, the interatomic electronic bonding is the weakest in the zinc. As a result, it has the least enthalpy of atomization. Next question, question number 3. Which of the 3D series of transition metal exhibit largest number of oxidation state and why? Answer. Manganese atomic number 25, that is 3d54s2. Manganese has maximum number of unpaired electrons present in the d subshell, 5 electrons. Hence manganese exhibit the largest number of oxidation state ranging from plus 2 to plus 7. Question number 4. E0 value of Mn2 plus oblique Mn metal 2 positive oblique metal values of copper is positive 0.34 volt. What is the possibly the reason for this? Hint, consider the enthalpy of atomization and hydration enthalpy. Answer. The E0 value of metal to positive oblique metal value of a metal depends on the energy changes involved in the following. Point number 1. The sublimation enthalpy. The energy required to converting 1 mole of an atom from a solid state to the gaseous state. Metal in the solid state is converted into metal in the gaseous state, that is called as the enthalpy of sublimation, or it is also called as enthalpy of atomization. Then second number, ionization. The energy required to take the outer electron from the 1 mole of atom in the gaseous state, that is the metal in the gaseous state, to metal in the positive oxidation state, or to positive gaseous state, that is called as enthalpy, ionization enthalpy. Then point number 3, hydration. The hydration enthalpy or hydration energy is the energy released when 1 mole of ions are hydrated, that is m metal to positive state in the gaseous state is converted into metal to positive state in the aqueous condition. That is called as hydration enthalpy. Now, uh, the copper has the high energy atomization and low hydration energy. Hence, E0 of M2 plus oblique M value of copper is positive. And other reason is that the ionization enthalpy, first ionization enthalpy and the second ionization enthalpy of the copper is very highly positive as compared to the hydration enthalpy. So the high ionization enthalpy cannot be balanced by the hydration enthalpy. As the result, copper is having positive E0 value. Then the next question, how would you account for the regular variation of ionization enthalpies first and second in the first series of the transition elements? Answer, ionization enthalpies are found to increase in the given series due to continuous filling of the d orbital. The irregular variation of the ionization enthalpies can be attributed to the extra stability of configuration of uh, D3, D4, D5 and D10. Since these states are exceptionally stable, their ionization enthalpies are very high. In case of first ionization enthalpy, chromium has low ionization enthalpy. This is because of the losing of one electron, it attains the stable configuration of 3d5. One on the other hand, zinc has exceptionally high first ionization enthalpy as the electron has to be removed from the stable and fully filled orbitals. Second ionization enthalpies are higher than the first ionization enthalpies since it becomes difficult to remove an electron when an electron has already been taken out. Also, elements like chromium and copper have exceptionally high second ionization enthalpies as after losing the first electron, they have attained stable configuration, that is Cr positive, Cu positive. Hence, taking out one electron, uh, one electron more from this stable electronic configuration will require a lot of energy. Question number 6. Why is highest oxidation state of a metal exhibited in its oxide or fluoride only? Then answer, both oxide and fluoride ions are highly electronegative and have very small size. Due to these properties, they are able to oxide the metal to its highest oxidation state. Question number 7. Which is stronger reducing agent, Cr2 positive or Fe2 positive? Why? The answer, the following reactions are involved. Cr2 positive and Fe2 positive act as a reducing agent. Cr2 positive is giving Cr3 positive, Fe2 positive is giving Fe3 positive. So the E0 value of Cr2 positive oblique Cr3 positive oblique Cr2 positive value is minus 0.41 and E0 value of Fe3 positive oblique Fe2 positive is positive 0.77 volts. This means that Cr2 positive can be easily oxidized to Cr3 positive and Fe2 positive does not get oxidized to Fe3 positive very easily. Therefore, Cr2 positive is better reducing agent than Fe3 positive. Calculate the spin only magnetic moment M2 positive aqueous ion, that is Z27. Z is 27. Answer: Z27 is having the electronic configuration AR3D74S2 M2 positive state, that is having the electronic configuration AR3D7. So AR3D7 can be written as the number of electrons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 or 7 are paired up. Then 3 unpaired electrons is remaining behind. So N is equal to 3. So if you have to put it into the mu value, so mu is equal to square root of n into n plus 2, whereas n is the number of unpaired electrons. So n, that is 3, 3 inside the bracket, 3 plus 2, that is 5, 5 into 3 is 15. So 15 square root is equal to 15 square root uh, it is approximately 3.9. Question number 9. Explain why Cu2 positive ion is not stable in the aqueous solution. Answer: in an aqueous solution, Cu2 positive is more stable than Cu positive. This is because although energy is required to remove one electron from Cu positive to Cu2 positive, the high hydration enthalpy of Cu2 positive compensate for it. Therefore, Cu positive ion in an aqueous solution is unstable. It is disproportionate to give Cu2 positive and Cu. So here Cu positive, 2 moles of positive in the aqueous condition is converted into Cu2 positive and Cu, which is having zero oxidation state. So this is disproportionation, and the hydration reaction is also more for the Cu2 positive as compared to Cu positive. Question number 10. Actinoid contraction is greater for from element to element than lanthanoid contraction. Why? So actinoid contraction is more. Why? In actinoids, phi f orbitals are filled. These phi f orbitals have poorer shielding effect, that is more de-shielding effect. Poorer shielding effect than 4f orbital. Thus, the effective nuclear charge experienced by the electrons in the valence shell in case of actinoid is much more than that of the experienced by lanthanoid. Hence, the size contraction in the actinoid is greater as compared to that in the lanthanoids.